welcome back to the channel, and thank you for joining me as we continue our celebration of the Halloween holiday. By today we're ranking the Halloween timeline. And let me say this, Halloween is a franchise that's unique to most franchises because there's 5. That's right folks, 5 official timelines to talk about. And today we're here to find out which one is the best. So, before we get started, let me first say, help me get to 100 subscribers by subscribing to the channel. If you like what you see, hit the like button and share. And also, if you like this type of content, go on over to CP Willis Screedia and check his page out, along with Gen X Reviews, formerly Rudy's Movie Reviews, and help both of them guys get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. They're both very talented creators. They're great at what they do.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Help them guys get to 10,000 and help me get to 100 subscribers, all by the end of the month. Now, with that out of the way, let's get on with the show. And I think this needs to be said before I get started so you can understand why I'm ranking these timelines the way I am. No matter which timeline you look at, with the exception of maybe one, they all seem to have disappointing final movies. They don't conclude in a way that is enjoyable or high value payoff.
Well, there's no point now, you just ruined the ending.
So even though a timeline may have 1 to 3 wonderful, spectacular movies, it's that one movie that can ruin the whole timeline, or I may not like where it goes, or just for me personally, I just may not like the storyline itself. And for those that don't know, let me get this out the way. I am not a fan of the Laurie Strode, Michael Myers sibling angle. That may factor into my decision. And remember, my opinion isn't the right opinion, it's just my opinion. So put yours down below in the comment section, let's talk about it. So starting off with number 5, the bottom of the barrel, the worst timeline. And I'm gonna say, neither of these timelines are necessarily horrible. It's just like I said, I may not like the conclusion or where it ended up at. The worst timeline, in my opinion, is what I'm gonna call the Thorn timeline, which consists of the original 1978 Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, and Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. So, even though this timeline started off with a bang with part 1, 2, and 4, I don't necessarily like where the rest of the timeline went. I'm not a fan of the Cold Thorn, mainly because I don't like the fact that Michael Myers is supposed to be this unnatural, uncontrollable evil, and yet they're controlling him to do whatever they want him to do. So the Thorn storyline kind of ruined this timeline for me. And I also, spoiler alert for when my ranking of the franchise come out on Halloween Day, I despise part 5 and what they did to the ending of part 4, how they retconned that ending and they ruined it. Part 5 by itself is enough to put this timeline last. And even with part 6, it's not a very satisfying conclusion to the storyline. No matter which cut you watch, it's incoherent. Even though it has some bright spots, it's not a great conclusion to this timeline. So the Thorn trilogy is number 5. Now, coming in at number 4 is the Rob Zombie timeline, which consists of his reboot, the Halloween franchise, in Halloween 2007 and Halloween 2, 2009. Now, the problem with the Rob Zombie timeline, and I would say I probably enjoy this version of Halloween more than most people, is that no matter which movie you watch, they're flawed. The first movie, the first third is almost unwatchable with the script writing, the vulgar language. It has too much of that hillbilly, redneck, trashy vibe that he loved to put in his scripts. And then, even with that, the rest of the movie is okay with me. I like the rest of this movie. The second act is okay. I really love and enjoy the third act. But when you get to part 2, even though I'm a bit defender of this movie, and boy, wait till you see where I rank this movie at. The final act, the very last scene, no matter which version you watch, is unsatisfying. Either you get the Michael Myers screaming "die" to Dr. Loomis in a corny way, or he go outside and do the dramatic It's very unsatisfying. It's an abrupt ending. And for me, the Rob Zombie timeline is number 4. Coming in at number 3, the third best timeline to me is the third movie in the franchise, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Now, these next 3 timelines are all great timelines. It's my preferred timelines. All these timelines have good to great movies in them. And Halloween 3 is one of those movies that, even though it caught a lot of slack when it first came out, I'm glad to see it's finally getting a resurrection of sorts within the horror community, and people are starting to watch it and give it a chance, because this is a very good movie.
Underrated movie, actually.
And I won't go into details about this movie. Wait till I drop my ranking video. I'll elaborate slightly more. But one of the things I really like about this movie, evil wins. The good guy don't always prevail. As of me recording this video, it's still up on Peacock. So if you're not doing anything this weekend and you've never seen this movie, go ahead and give it a try. So Halloween Season of Witch is number 3. Coming in at number 2, the second best timeline, in my opinion, is what I'm going to call the H2O timeline, which consists of the 1978 original Halloween, Halloween 2, H2O, and Halloween Resurrection. And before I get started, you already know which movie ruined this timeline for me. And it's Halloween Resurrection. I'm sorry, but any movie that have this in it,
trick or treat, motherfucker,
can never be number 1. Halloween Resurrection is a movie that, while I don't hate necessarily as much as other Halloween fans, I do find the treatment of Michael Myers is very disrespectful.
I said, what you looking at me like that for? Huh? You don't get it? You don't get it? Your shit ain't working up there or something?
And the conclusion is just out of nowhere. It's not satisfying. But with the bad movie out the way, I would say this: if Halloween Resurrection did not exist, this would definitely be my number 1 timeline. Because the original Halloween goes without saying it's an all-time classic. And Halloween 2, while not quite as good, is a great companion piece to the first Halloween. And even though I'm not a fan of the Laurie Strode, Michael Myers sibling angle, Halloween H2O probably handled it the best. And on top of that, that third act is probably the best third act in the whole entire franchise.
That was fucking amazing.
I will say this: the showdown between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers and Halloween H2O is miles better than what we got at Halloween Ends. But because Halloween Resurrection does exist and is part of this timeline, the H2O timeline is number 2. Which leads to me, my favorite timeline in this franchise is what I'm going to call the rebooted timeline, which is Halloween 1978, Halloween 2018, kills and ends. Now, hear me out on this. Before people start saying, but wait a minute, you just said Resurrection ruined the H2O's timeline. What about ends? Surprise, surprise, I don't hate the movie Ends. Now, with that being said, I do understand it's not a very satisfying conclusion to this timeline. Only because, spoiler alert, Michael Myers isn't in it that much.
Like the most blasphemous thing I've ever heard.
But if you take that out the way and look at the 1978 original, Halloween 2018, and even Halloween Kills, it is a phenomenal timeline. It's Michael Myers at his best. We get a little Dr. Loomis early on in the first movie. We still get Laurie Strode versus Mike, but this time they're not siblings, which I do like. And technically he's not hunting Laurie. It's circumstances that bring them together. and ends, despite what you think about this movie, it does end. It is a conclusion to this timeline. Now, if you don't know my exact thoughts on the Halloween Ends, go ahead and check out my spoiler-free review after you watch this video. And I'm here to say, it's really a good movie. Maybe it's not a good Halloween movie, but it's not bad enough to ruin the prior 3 movies to me. So, the rebooted timeline is #1. So, what do you guys think? Do you agree? You disagree? Let me know in the comment section. And also remember to please hit the like button, subscribe. Help me get to 100 subscribers by the end of this year. And keep an eye open on Halloween Day. I will be releasing my ranking video for the entire franchise. So keep your eyes open. Please subscribe and have a great day.